A small plane has crashed on the 405 freeway right near the John Wayne Airport. This is Orange County, California, and these are live pictures now from KCBS. We're told that the plane landed just short of the runway. No word yet on injuries. Let's take a listen to our Los Angeles station, KCBS, as they cover this breaking story.
To local hospitals. The information that we have is that their injuries were not life-threatening, and they were transported to a local hospital.
Boy, just amazing. And Deanne, have you heard of anybody on the ground who was injured? Anybody in a car?
Not aware of any injuries on the ground.
Deanne, have you been able to talk to the control tower to find out what exactly happened here?
I would not be in contact with the control tower, which is an FAA function. However, I'm sure that as the day progresses, we'll get more information directly from the tower.
Deanne, also one other question for you. What can you tell, or what kind of advice can you tell people out there who are heading to the airport? It's a big holiday travel weekend.
If you were picking someone up at the airport today, if there was an arrival scheduled for John Wayne, call the airline to find out where that flight will be diverted. The airfield is closed to arrivals indefinitely. If
indefinitely, wow. Okay.
Departing flights are not affected. However, the southbound 405 is still closed, we understand. Actually, the southbound lanes are still closed.
Well, but Deanne, in order to have departing flights, you need arriving flights so you can change equipment. So does that mean that departing flights will eventually be affected?
That is a possibility.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
And also, it appears when we look at the crash scene, there's a lot of foam from the fire department. Normally, that's something that that your airport fire department would have. Did you respond as well, or is that just the Orange County Fire Authority?
The Orange County Fire Authority has crash teams here on the airfield. They were dispatched immediately once we were aware of the crash. You
look at the transition road there, and that tells you just how far the backup is, not just on the 405, but also the connecting freeways onto the 405 as well. And look at how close it is. That shot right there, a quarter mile, maybe if that. Just a couple thousand feet to go, and that pilot would have made it.
Deanne, can you tell me this? It's a shot in the dark, but is this Cessna 310 a rental?
This could be a rental. It could be a privately owned aircraft. Unless we did some research on the end number on the tail, we're at this point, I don't have information about that.
Okay. And do you know anything else about those people who were on board the plane, if they were local or man, woman, anything else?
I am seeing from the OCFA that there was a man and woman on board. Beyond that, we don't have additional information.
Yeah, the plane, I don't want to identify, we've also done that cross-reference on the tail number, Deanne, and I don't want to mention the name of the LLC that owns it. It is an LLC, a corporation, just because we don't know the extent of the injuries, and so we certainly don't want to give out any information before the authorities do when it comes to possibly identifying the people on board. And if you look at the front of that aircraft, it sustained a major damage, and they don't put airbags in private aircraft.
What's incredible to me is that the crash didn't hit any cars.
Yeah,
the plane didn't hit any cars.
It's almost as if the pilot had some sort of control
and skill,
even at the very end, right?
How to maneuver that aircraft. It's
again,
incredible.
we do have two people injured, though, a man and a woman who were on that plane. When you look at this crash site, it's amazing, though. They've been taken to the hospital, and it looks like those are not life-threatening injuries. Nobody on the ground was hurt, but what a sight for the people who were on the 405 in the Santa Ana area right near John Wayne Airport today, driving along on the freeway, and you see a plane headed right toward you.
You can see the parts of the wing are a good distance from the airport. Also, as Sky 2 was pulled out, if you looked at the, we just had a little transmission problem there. If you looked at the southbound wall, the dividing wall between north and south, you saw a lot of black there as well.
See it right up
well,
there.
that's actually the no, that is the, I don't want to be confused here.
Southbound side.
That is the southbound side. So if you look at the northbound wall, there was a blackened area there as well, which almost indicates that maybe the plane hit that wall, slowed it down, ended up in the southbound lanes, and then eventually crashed into the K-rail.
And again, it looks like the point of impact was the front of the plane. You can see that's where most of the damage is. The back half of the plane not really damaged at all. We can clearly read the tail number, and you can see the rest of the plane is intact. But again, two people were inside, and they have been taken to the hospital.
Deanne, are you still with us on the phone? Okay, Deanne has left us.
Busy day for John Wayne Airport,
I'm
obviously.
sure, very busy.
All right, so the latest update from Deanne Thompson at John Wayne Airport is that the airport now closed to arriving flights. All arriving flights are being postponed, canceled in that area indefinitely. Departing flights, they're telling us, are not affected. So if you're flying out of John Wayne Airport for the holiday weekend, certainly you want to find an alternate route to get there because the 405 southbound is completely shut down. Northbound traffic also affected. It's just a
And live
mess.
coverage from our CBS station in Los Angeles, KCBS. Santa Ana, California is the scene, and you can see on the right-hand side of the screen the damage to that small Cessna 310, a private plane that crashed just short of the runway at John Wayne Airport in Orange County, California. 2 people injured, a man and a woman. As we get more information on that, we will pass it along.